I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 153. Just a reminder before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. Also, we'd like to take a minute and shout out some of our podcasting friends. If you want more gaming goodness in podcasting form, take a listen to some of our friends. Shark Gaming, Pixie Gaming, GOGP, Ghost of Gamer Past, Pixel Paradise, Precisely Podcast, New Dad Gaming, In Your Element, and Zap Night. You can find them in iTunes and in your podcatcher of choice. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster, formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Dan. I had a bit of a wild weekend. I'll tell you that. I went in for a routine cleaning, and ended up with a couple of cavities.
Oh wait, you went to the dentist?
Oh, I went to the dentist. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I went to the dentist and had to get some cavities, and my God, I was like a little baby. I was crying like a little baby, Dan. It was bad news. All right, it was bad news.
Come on, how you gonna be a grandpa and cry like a baby?
I was freaking out, man. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt, right? Because like you see them coming in with the drill, right? And you know your mouth is numb, and you know how that works and all that. But I'm just like, oh, I don't know. It's like the first time it happened. Oh, it was bad.
Listen, I got a dentist, and my dentist is like super cool, super chill, right? Like he pulled my wisdom tooth once, and I mean I'm a grown man when he did, like this a couple of years ago, and he's like, "You'll be okay, Mr. Robinson." Like he's just like that's his attitude. He's like, "You'll be all right." Because I was like, I haven't had a tooth pulled in years, like you know, since I was a kid. And I see the pliers and the long needle with the Novocaine. He's like, "You'll be okay." I was like, "Do I need painkillers?" He's like, "Nah, you're good, Mr. Robinson. You'll be okay. Just man up. Just man up.
Yeah. Oh, and, you know, that's essentially what my dentist told me. He was like, look.
You're okay.
You know, though, but like she kept going in with like all these different utensils, right?
No,
it was like
the key. If I would have known that you were going in for the dentist and maybe having some work done, take it from someone who's had a wisdom tooth pulled. I've had braces like most of my life. Most of my you know, when I was a kid. Until freshman year of high school, and I've had 2 root canals and I have a cap. Take it from me, okay? Close your eyes.
Oh, I was trying. I also had my little earbuds in too, right? So they're like wireless. So I was trying to crank those up, right? But then she kept asking me questions, and I'm like, I gotta go pot it down again. And then I end up hearing the drill. I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
Wait,
get out of here.
Asking you questions. Listen, the only thing my dentist tells me is open your mouth.
Well, yeah, but she was like, do you feel any pain? I'm like, no, it's fine, I guess.
Oh, you know why? Because you probably keep flinching and stuff, and when they do, they gotta ask you if you feel any pain.
Of course.
Because the Novocaine is probably wearing off, or maybe they need to get you with another dose, and then give you a higher dose. Yeah, I'm like, listen, my eyes are closed. I have my keys in my hand, like 'cause I can fidget with it, right? And if it does hurt, I can just, make a strong fist with the keys in my hand and it's sticking me in a hand. And, that's something to distract me from my mouth.
There you go. Right. Yeah. You gotta redirect the pain, right? You put it somewhere else and you focus on that. Yeah. No, that's definitely a common strategy.
Somebody should make they have a farming simulator and we have a goat simulator. Somebody should make a dentist simulator.
Oh no. I don't want to see it from the other side.
A dentist simulator.
Oh my God, no.
That's a VR game right there.
That's the worst idea.
It could be a VR game, dentist simulator.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play that game.
I would.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what a way to start the show.
Well, okay. So the better part of that day, this was all yesterday, right? The better part of Saturday, my friend was having a birthday, and that was the better part because we're going out, we're having drinks and this and that and whatnot, and it's just a couple of fillings, right? Just a couple of cavities, as soon as the Novocaine wears off and all that, like you're good, or the lidocaine or whatever they use, right? You're good. You're back to normal. You just got to be careful about what you drink for a little bit, right? And we ended up going to this place that it's called the Cauldron, right?
Never heard of it. Where is it? In Brooklyn?
It's actually down on Stone Street in the financial district.
Oh, okay. It's in the city.
Yeah, they ended up taking over this beer garden. It used to be a beer garden, and now it's called the Cauldron, right? They have the whole thing, and then upstairs, like you can take potion classes, right? And you basically are Harry Potter, and you make drinks, right? But they kind of do a whole song and dance thing and whatnot, right? And they're like, oh, I know you're going to put the Iron Newton here, right? And, you better be careful. If you put too much, you could die, right? And that type stuff. So it was cool. We got 3 or 4 drinks out of the thing. It was like kind of neat. And you would use your little wand and it would interact with certain things, right? It would light up certain stuff and you'd use it to open up doors and whatnot that were locked. So, yeah, it was interesting.
That sounds more fun. Well, other than the dentist, than my than my weekend.
Well,
so,
what do you got going on, Dan?
I've been doing a massive game room overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got over 3,000 games finally.
Yep,
hit the magic mark, 3,000.
Mm-hmm.
I need, I got a lot of things double and triple stacked, right? So I want to do a reorganization. So I'm taking all the games off the shelves, wiping the shelves down, reorganizing the shelves. I could fit another shelf. I bought another shelf, a smaller shelf. It looked bigger. It looked bigger in the picture. Maybe I should have paid attention to the dimensions.
Now I got to say that is some Harry Potter sorcery shit right there.
Yeah,
because I don't know how you fit another shelf down there.
I know. I am packed to the rim.
You're making it work.
I own a house, but I have a little studio apartment in my house where I am, where the game room is, and I have a little shelf. Now the shelf, again, looked bigger in the picture, but it's small enough to where it literally fits the Vita games perfectly, right, and the 3DS games perfectly. So it's a 6-tier shelf, and it just fits all the sort of all the handheld games. So I fit that perfectly in. That's all I've been doing. I'm not even done. I did half of it. It took 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm halfway done. And I got to do the other half. So that's going to take some time too because I have to work. So hopefully I'll get this done before next weekend.
Yeah. It's fun though, right?
No. Listen, I love it. It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking to make sure I'm also double checking to make sure I didn't miss any games. I didn't put it in the collection. Maybe I have more than 3,000. I haven't missed anything so far.
Oh, good on you.
Everything has been in. Everything has been cataloged.
It's definitely something I got to do. I'm kind of bad with that. Always kind of I'll do it later. It's fine. And really need to, always take the pictures as soon as I get the games. You set them up. You do them all nice for the Instagram, right? And you put that up, right? But I always forget to put them in the spreadsheet.
So I have a whole bunch of boxes under the stairs.
Yep.
And I have those. I have all those figures from GameStop, right?
The little Takaku.
Yeah, it's Taku.
Takatu, yeah.
Cockatoo. I have all those figures, so I have no place to put them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have some limited, the anniversary edition amiibos that I didn't open up.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some bigger bins. You know, I got some bigger bins, and I put them in, and I was just going through all the action figures. I have like old action figures from the 90s.
Oh yeah, you got those old like WWF figures and GI Joes and all that.
Yeah, you have Ninja Turtles and X-Men. I got all those figures and sports because my stepfather, my ex-stepfather, passed away. Rest in peace. He was like a sports memorabilia collector, and he would, buy these action figures of, like Michael Jordan, Cal Ripken Jr. and stuff. And he would have doubles. And we're talking about like 1994. He would have doubles, and he would give them to me. I still have them in their original packaging. They're a bit dusty. I've had them for 20 years. I have no place to store them until I get a bigger place, right? So they're just going to be in these storage bins and boxes and stuff under the stairs. So I had to add all those Tataku figures to it too. I had no place to put them. I had no place to put them.
I can give you one suggestion if you'd like. You can put them on my shelves down.
I thought you. I go at your option.
I still got room. Option B.
Yeah. Buy a bigger house.
Buy a bigger house. Well, there you go. That's
That may come. So it's a labor of love. I'm loving it. It's awesome, especially as I continue to buy more games. I need to reshuffle how I organize them. And yeah, it is some Harry Potter stuff, right? Because I don't know how I do it, but every time I do it,
it
all fits perfect. So, all right. Just as a side note, I've been watching like Cartoon Network lately, right? Like I've been watching some cartoons on Cartoon Network only because I've been watching Dragon Ball Super, which
there it is.
I have no idea where I am in the story, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy it online so I can binge watch it. I'm not gonna be able to binge watch all of them at once because it's over 100 episodes, right? And I missed a bunch of movies. I even missed. Actually, I can go to the movies. I think it's still in the movie theaters now. The Broly saga, right?
Movie. I heard good things about that.
But I didn't know that Cartoon Network had a Mega Man cartoon called Mega Man Fully Charged.
You know what? Neither did I, Dan. Neither did I.
New episodes are coming soon. I just came out in the fall. Apparently, it's like the same art style as remember that cartoon, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, the boy genius.
Sure.
It's like that same art style.
Yeah.
It's. I saw a bunch of I went online to watch the trailers because I saw the commercial for it, and I was like, "Oh man, I haven't watched Cartoon Network in a long time." Matter of fact, I think the last time I watched Cartoon Network is when they had the Dragon Ball GT saga on, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, that was over 10 years ago, man. We are old.
Yeah, I think I am old. That's like 2000, and I think that ended like 2006. Because we were still in Circuit City when we were watching it. Because I would come and talk to the fellas about talk to all the merch guys about Dragon Ball.
All right.
So yeah, I didn't even know they made a cartoon. That the Mega Man cartoon. It looks. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna try to watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I like the old Mega Man cartoon.
It was okay. I wasn't that crazy about it.
No.
I'll tell you this. The best Mega Man is the Captain N Mega Man.
What?
Yeah, no, completely kidding.
Okay. Also something else that's cool that's I saw was on the internet. One, we know everyone loves Mario Kart, right? I think Mario Kart Deluxe is like the best selling game on the Switch to date. It's either that or Breath of the Wild, but I think it's Mario Kart by which is a port, by the way, right? Of the original Mario Kart 8 that was on a Wii U.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But everybody loves Mario Kart. Everybody loves Mario Kart. I mean, we talked about the guy playing Mario Kart. What was it? The Kansas City Royals, right? And he played it on their Titantron, in their field. But this guy has Mario Kart in the dashboard of his Mercedes Benz, and he's using the steering wheel as a controller.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Yeah, it's actually interesting he's using a Mercedes Benz because wasn't that a DLC like tie-in pack where you could play as Mercedes Benz cars?
You could use the Mercedes Benz. Yes, that was a DLC. That was a DLC tie-in pack, which I have.
Yeah,
and of course, I like to play with Link. I like to use Link, so I could have Link in the little Mercedes Benz on the Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. He said the frame rate wasn't perfect, but he got the job done.
Right.
It wasn't smooth. But I mean, it's just awesome to see him play it in the steering wheel.
It's called Super Tux Kart, right? So it's a special open source firmware that is specifically designed for the Mercedes-Benz like infotainment screen or whatever, right? That's crazy. I don't know if you saw, I want to say it was like a year or 2 years ago. Some guy did this with Doom in like Ferrari, I think.
No, I did not hear about that. Did we not talk about that on the show? We should talk about that.
I don't think we did. And I don't know why we didn't either. But yeah, you would use the horn to fire your gun, which is ridiculous because there's tons of monsters just coming out of closets, like all over the place, right? And left and right would go turn left, turn right, and gas and brake would take you forward and back. So he's in this parking lot, like doing donuts, swimming around, like slamming on the horn. It's hilarious.
Well, I just hope he's not driving on Mario Kart like on the street in the Mercedes Benz.
Yeah, right.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, that'd be a ton of bad news.
Also, well, listen, it's the Switch's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the birthday. 2 years of the Switch. 2 years ago, we couldn't wait to get our hands on the Switch. What is this device that we can play handheld or play on a TV? All right, right before PAX East in 2017.
Yeah. I remember that. It was a glorious time for gaming because we had Horizon Zero Dawn, and then we had the launch of the Switch with Breath of the Wild, which was amazing.
And then we had Mass Effect Andromeda right after that.
Yeah, I think that's when Christmas 2 ended. Ended right about that time.
It was right about that time. Well, speaking of that, I want to say Horizon Zero Dawn has a 2-year anniversary as well, and it's done phenomenal. 2 years, and it sold 10 million copies worldwide.
Hey, that's fantastic.
That just ensures that it's safe to say that we're getting a Horizon Zero Dawn 2, right? Now, I think it'll just be called Horizon something, right? I think Zero Dawn. I think the Zero Dawn one was for this game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it could be like Horizon : something else.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I just hope they don't surprise us at E3 2020, right? When Sony will be back at E3, hopefully, and it's like, no, Horizon 2, maybe. Here's a new Killzone game, Killzone PS5.
Oh, wouldn't you just love that?
I think
Sony's great first-person shooter. Or wait, even better than Killzone. What about like Resistance: Fall of Man?
I can do Resistance. Everybody loved Resistance. I
want you to look up the sales numbers for Resistance. They were not as good as Horizon Zero Dawn.
It was critically
and it's been out a lot longer.
No, it was critically acclaimed. It's way better than Killzone. I know that part. I know
I mean, maybe
Resistance is actually, if you look at a lot of people's list as far as IP that Sony should bring back, Resistance is like, top 3 on everyone's list.
Top 3? Oh, I don't know about that.
Everybody liked the Resistance when it came out.
More than like God of War?
I only played Resistance 2. I have all 3. I've only played Resistance 2, and I'm stuck in this. I got stuck somewhere. I have no idea how to get out.
When was the last time you played Resistance, Dan? When was the last time you played Resistance?
I want to say over the summer.
Oh, all right.
I think I just bought the PS3 Slim, and I was like, let me pop in the Resistance. I knew I got stuck somewhere, and I was like, I'm still stuck. I'll go back to it one day and try to beat it. I should go back and play Resistance 1 first.
Right.
I got a Gamer Grief.
Oh boy. I think that's the second Gamer Grief of the year so far.
Second and
You're
third.
racking them up, Dan.
Second and third. And my Gamer Grief goes to Capcom. Okay, right now. The Switch tax is real. This is something that's a thing. Okay, so we just got the release date for Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4, right? They're all coming out digitally May 21st. Now, They're all going to be digitally $29.99, but you can still buy them on PS4 and Xbox One for $19.99.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying $10 more digitally. Mind you, we're talking digitally, okay? And if you want the Origins collection, right? You want the Origins collection.
Mm-hmm. Which is Resident Evil 1 and 0, I believe, right?
I believe so. So. Right now, you can pre-order it on GameStop, full price, $60.
$60. Oh boy!
When you can get it for half that price right now on Xbox One or PS4. I have it for the Xbox One. Like that's my gamer group. This is ridiculous. Why are we paying a Switch tax?
Did it not launch at $60 when it came out for the PlayStation?
No, it did not because I bought it. I bought it when it came out because it was only like $30.
Really, for the two of those?
I bought it. And when Origins actually does come out physically, only Resident Evil. I think only Resident Evil 0 will be on the cart. The other Resident Evil will be a download code. So it's like you're not even getting both games on the cart. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why companies do that, right? Right? Because I mean, if the game is done, the game is done, right? Maybe it's like a space issue. Maybe they can't fit it on the cart, and then maybe you may get a download and whatnot, right? But how much more does it cost to put the game on the disc or to put it on the little cartridge?
I don't know, but it doesn't need to be released physically. I mean, as much as I want it to be released physically, if you're not going to put the game on a cart, don't release it. I'm paying extra money for the box, just the box, which isn't really good box art because that's that stupid label that says you got to download it right at the top. I'm sorry. This is annoying. I'm calling them out. Okay.
I gotta get you a soapbox, Dan. The world needs to hear this.
Yes, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry. This is my gamer grief for March.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Dave, as we always try to start the show, but epically fail. What have you been playing?
Oh, Dan, this is my favorite part of the show. We always wait, so we get way into the show. We are at 21 minutes and 15 seconds before you ask that magic question.
Remember,
what have we been playing right now?
Remember, back in prehistoric time when we first did the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes we waited to the end of the show.
Way in the Jurassic period of 2015, yeah.
Which is where
we were young and naive, Dan.
Which is where the moniker came from, as we always try to start the show.
That epically fell.
But epically fail because we always try to start it with what are we playing, and we always get into a tangent and forget, and then wait till the end.
That's right. Because there's always stuff going on, Dan.
There's always stuff going on.
We're more than just video games.
So Dave, what have you been playing?
Well, Dave, I'll tell you. No. So yeah, I'm deep into my PS4 right now. Let me tell you. All right. For all the Xbox.
Somebody dusting off the PS4. Nice.
Dusting off. Now it's never dusty, man. Come on now.
Okay.
There's a lot of good stuff. My Switch dock is dusty. I'll tell you that. But no, the PS4 is getting a hell of a ton of use. Dragon Quest 11, right? Because that game is long. That game is an RPG, and it is a Japanese RPG, so it's going to be like a 40 to 50 hour plus game, right? So cranking through that. And Resident Evil 4, or I'm sorry, RE2, the remake on PS4, which is fantastic. Plugging away through that. I've made a bunch of progress this weekend, so yay for that. And I meant to mention this earlier, but I don't know if you've seen the mods for Resident Evil 2 on the PC.
I haven't.
They have they have a mod that replaces Mr. X with Thomas the Tank Engine. And it's also the Thomas the Tank Engine music, right? Instead of like the Resident Evil sting of like when Mr. X comes by and it's just like wow, just like Inception, right? You just hear dun 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 and just like bust through the door and it's Thomas the Tank.
I'm surprised they don't have a John Cena mod.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
You remember in Fallout?
Fallout 4.
Every time you got hit, you just hit the
using the fat boy. It's John Cena. The best mod.
As a side note, John Cena had tweeted out a picture of Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
And Johnny Cage was announced as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 11, but I don't think John Cena's voicing him. I haven't seen anything about John Cena voicing Johnny Cage. I think he was just trolling us because Ronda Rousey is in the game.
Is she?
Yeah, she's playing Sonya Blade.
Oh, no way. Yeah, that makes sense. She kind of looks like her too, you know?
Yeah. She actually one of the, I think it was either the Royal Rumble or the last pay-per-view, the Elimination Chamber. Or actually it could have been Raw. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. She wore like a Mortal Kombat, like Sonya Blade style gear. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the green and black. Military pants or whatever. Yeah.
So I've been playing Metro Exodus on PS4.
Oh yeah, from the big media game Blitz day, February 15th. Sure.
It's okay. It's all right.
Oh.
It's all right.
So it's like and the low end.
It's like
on the Dave scale.
It's on the low end. I don't. I'll give it a good try. I've played. I want to say like 2 hours so far. It's okay. I'm not the biggest Metro fan. Right, I
tried had a couple. They had at least like 2 or 3.
They had 3. This is the third one.
One of those is the remake, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Redux had Metro Last Light and Metro 2033.
Yeah, with like the redone graphics.
With the redone graphics that was on the next gen, current gen now.
So, and PCs. Let's not forget the PCs.
Yes. It's okay. It's all right. I like it.
That's a shame.
It's not going to capture my attention long time.
Right.
To be honest. And I've been playing some Let's Go Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Pokemon Let's Go. Man, you were just trying to like that game.
I am manning up, and we'll talk about Pokemon later.
Manning up? Is that what you call it?
I'm giving it the good old college try.
I see. I
want to see what the fuss is about. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I've been down that road. It's not that I'm above it, but just kind of not really my jam. So
Dave, you get any good pickups this week? I got a lot of pickups.
I got some decent pickups. I picked up Ford Mustang Racing for the PS2. I went to a way out there Goodwill all the way on the west end of Manhattan, and I thought, middle of nowhere, whatever. It's probably gonna have a ton of stuff. Right?
No, the city. No,
seemed like it was like one of those big like all the stuff comes into this particular one, and then they filter it out. And I'm like, it's gonna be great. They had one video game, and it was Ford Mustang Racing for the PS2.
Trust me. Oh, trust me. I've been to all the Goodwills on the east side, and some of them are really big, and some of them are small. And you'll see a big stack of games, and they'll all be NBA 2K.
Oh my God, yeah. The Goodwill near me has like every single version of Madden from like 05 to like 014. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't get any of those games, but I did get Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Island Storm, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow for the OG Xbox. So I honestly didn't even know some of those games existed for the OG Xbox.
Nice.
So I was pleasantly surprised. And the big one, and I forgot that I ordered it, was Pixel Junk Monsters 2. Pixel Junk Monsters was a game on PS3 that was a download game. It's one of those tower defense ones. And I fell in love with it. It was great. And then they ended up making a sequel. And then Limited Run picked it up and made a physical for the Switch. So I had to get it. I will say
on PS3.
What's that?
I didn't know it was only digital on PS3.
I think so. Yeah. It was weird. Like they did like Pixel Junk is the company. They did like 3 different games on PS3. I think exclusives that were digital only. But I do have to say, and then I want to hear what you picked up because I think you got a big list of games here. Pixel Junk Monsters 2 is legit awful. I'm sorry. It's legit awful.
It's like the greatest thing ever. You like it's just
the game is good. No. The game is good. The load times are glacial. It's a cartridge game. These are like PS1 era load times.
Oh,
it's insane. Even if I want to like restart a level, if I mess up and like, I want to go ahead and restart, it's at least a minute to a minute and a half of load time.
That's terrible.
It's insane, Dan.
That's really
it's
terrible.
Insane. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you could call that my gamer grief. It's pretty bad for
a modern game. A game ported to a modern system should have better save states and virtually no load times.
Yes. Yes. Both of those things are true.
So
anyway.
I also got a limited run game in recently, and it was Dust and Elysium Tale.
Nice.
Right? I had that free, I think, both on PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live at some point in the last 2 years.
Yeah, no, I remember when that went on. Like the games with gold and whatnot.
And I played a heck of a lot of it on the PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that for the Switch. That came out for the Switch. I actually picked up a 200 gigabyte SD card for the Switch as well.
Yep.
For all of those Resident Evil games that you need to download. I picked up Castlevania Dracula X. Not for the Super NES, but for the Super Famicom. Much cheaper. Much cheaper game.
That's right. Dracula X was Super Castlevania 5 or Vampire's Kiss. Went by a ton of different names, but yeah, it was essentially the Super Nintendo's version of Rondo of Blood, but completely different. They changed a lot of shit. The graphics are incredible in that game, I'll tell you that.
And I don't need to read a lick of it. Just need to go kill some monsters and some kill Dracula. That's all. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
I picked up Project. I'll fly through some of these quickly. Project Snowblind for OG Xbox.
Project Snowblind. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was actually on some hidden gems. That was in a Metal Jesus hidden gems list. I thought I had that game. The artwork looked super familiar. I probably saw it, just never bought it before. So I picked that up on Metal Jesus' recommendation.
Right.
I got a couple of Vita games: Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and Touch Katamari. Didn't know Katamari had a separate Vita game that came out.
Oh yeah. They're on like every system, man.
So SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy for the Switch. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Got that for the Switch. Only because I already have it for PS4, but they have 3 new stages.
Wait a minute. Didn't you make a big stink about this game? You weren't going to get it?
I didn't. I wasn't, but then I actually read the box art. I read the box art, and they have 3 new release stages on here.
I think you owe me a Shake Shack burger.
No, I think there was a timeline. I think I was going to buy it like in 2018.
Get out of here. No, you owe me a Shake Shack burger.
I do not owe you
trying to squelch in the bet.
I do not owe you a Shake Shack burger.
Stop trying to squelch in the bet. You know, we have it on tape, Dan. It's 2019. We have the technology. We can go back.
Go back and listen. I
can prove you wrong.
I think that would go. I want you to prove me wrong. I think that was a time.
You want me to prove you wrong? You should just buy me a burger, Dan.
You just want a free burger for no reason.
No, you made a bet, and now you're squelching on it.
I never said I wouldn't buy it. I just said I wouldn't buy it right away.
Oh God.
I wish this was a version that came with the socks. I want the socks. Anyway.
What with the what?
Socks. They had socks.
For Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, because it came out. It also came out for Spyro the Dragon. They had the socks.
Spyro socks. Wow.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
They did. I wrote Fortnite for Xbox One. This is one of those expansions. But this is funny enough. This version is the Xbox version is the only one that actually has a disc and not a download code.
Right.
Which is weird. I got Recore, the definitive edition. Red Faction Remastered for the Xbox One. I actually got it super cheap. Definitely wasn't gonna pay full price for this, but I got it super cheap with some of my Amazon points. Yep. So I made it like $10. Space Chimps for the Wii. Also, Metal Jesus.
Space Chimps. Oh boy.
Also, no, listen.
Every now and again, Dan. Every now and again, you throw me for a loop, and you're like, I got this like Barbie horse party. I'm like, all right.
This was a recommendation from Metal Jesus. Okay, he recommended the PS2 version, but I picked up the Wii version and Nitro Bike for the Wii. He recommended the PS2 version.
You know. Sometimes people can be wrong. Just say it.
Never Dead for the Xbox 360. Batman Forever. I have that. I have a lot of Batman Forevers. I even have the one. I even have the one for of the SNES version, and I even have the one for the what was the VR? Not the VR.
Oh, you're talking about the R
Zone.
Zone.
R Zone.
I got the R Zone and the R Zone game.
I got the R Zone game, right? The best. It was the best game on the R Zone. That tells you a lot about the game. But I got the Sega Saturn version, which was sort of like a side scroller beat 'em up, right? That was like the sort of like a port of the arcade version, I believe. This one is highly regarded as the best version of Batman Forever.
I mean,
which makes it so, which is why it's so expensive.
That's not saying much. They're all fairly terrible.
It's a good beat 'em up. People like this one.
They're all fairly terrible.
Listen. People like the Batman Forever Sega Saturn version, and this is the American version. I don't know if it had a Japanese.
No. I have to admit that I haven't personally played the Saturn version, but I have seen enough playthroughs. I have seen James and Mike do it on the James and Mike Mondays. It does not look good.
And finally, I have in honor of the original Super Mario Brothers selling for a complete inbox with the super rare sticker, Nintendo sticker, seal sticker.
Oh, were you the one that bought it?
$100,000.
Were you the one that bought it?
I wish. And we'd be doing a podcast right now.
Man, I thought you were going to surprise me.
I did buy Super Mario Brothers complete inbox. The box is damaged. It really is damaged. But you know what? I'm going to give it a good home next to its older brothers, Super Mario Brothers 2 inbox and Super Mario Brothers 3 inbox.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very nice.
Now, all that's left is to buy the best game ever made, Super Mario Brothers World inbox. I have the game, but I need to buy.
You mean Super Mario Brothers 3? I know. You always get mistaken, Dan. It's fine.
No. I don't have
always get mistaken.
Not at all. Not like you. No. Sorry. Super Mario World.
You have amnesia. Yeah. It is a great game.
Yeah, the best game.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah. It's 4. It's really Super Mario Bros. 4, and it's 4 is greater than 3. I just wanted to let you know that. That's how numbers work.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
All right. Why don't we take a break? Mm-hmm. When we come back, we'll get into the top 10 gaming news of last week. And we're back. All right, let's get into the top 10 gaming news of last week. Listen, we got to start off with this THQ Nordic thing. Talked about them, I think it was last week we talked about them, or the week before.
Right, they were collecting all their IPs and whatnot, and building up this mega studio, right?
Well, they build up a lot of money, investors' money, like over $200-300 million, right, to buy up more IPs. So far, they've been doing, they've had great PR. Right, everyone thinks they're going to be a mega giant come next gen with all the IPs they own, and they make a huge slip up. Right, they wanted to do sort of an AMA. They could have did it on Twitter. They could have did an AMA on Twitter. They could have did an AMA on Facebook. They could have did an AMA on Reddit.
Typically Reddit, I think, is the forum for that. The AMA.
But I think they even have their own forums. They could have did an AMA on their own forums, but no,
sure.
But no, they chose to do an AMA on 8chan.
Oh,
now I'm no Reddit guy. Okay, I'm not a big guy on Reddit, but even I know 8chan. Even though I know 8chan, you should be having an AMA on, right?
Like if anybody thinks Reddit is bad and that's just a hole, go on 4chan. And if anybody thinks 4chan is bad and thinks that's a hole, go on 8chan. And then anything beyond that is like, you just don't want to go there. 8chan is a cesspool. It's awful. And I think if I remember correctly, 8chan spawned out of 4chan because of the whole Gamergate thing, and that created a big fissure, and they're like, fuck it, we're going to go make 8chan. But there's a lot of awful stuff on 8chan, and that's where they chose to do their AMA.
Man, whoever's their marketing director, right, probably needs to be fired, because they did research afterwards and made a statement saying maybe they shouldn't have done it on 8chan. That's something
maybe
he's supposed to do that before you actually do it, right?
There are more legitimate channels. Yeah, there are much more legitimate channels that they could have done this AMA on.
I just want to make a joke to say there were channels 1 through 7 that they could have did. And they chose 8.
Right.
Listen, a 10-year-old probably knows not to do AMA on 8chan because 8chan can have some child pornography apparently.
Oh yeah, among other horrible things for sure.
Yeah, terrible. This was a black eye. I'm sorry, this was a huge black eye for THQ Nordic. Like this was just like unforgivable. It's like the negligence. Whoever's your head of marketing should be fired. I'm sorry. Like this seems like a small thing, but the things that are associated with 8chan, you do not want to have associated with your company. And this is one of them. And this is terrible. This is a terrible move. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
And what makes it even worse, I'm not going to get into the back and forth, but what makes it even worse, the executive that was actually doing the AMA actually answered a lot of questions. You literally was answering people's questions, and they were asking some of the most outrageous thing. You can look it up. I'm not going to discuss it because it's like stupid, but he was actually answering these people. They asked the dumbest questions.
Well, if you want to go see it, apparently the thread is still alive on 8chan, but head there at your own risk.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. All right, let's switch gears. Switch. Let's talk about Evo, right? I'm a big Evo fan. I've been telling you, we need to go to Vegas and go see Evo live, right? Like I want to go see Evo live. I don't want to compete. They will wipe the floor with me.
No, Dan. You trust me. You need to be in the top 1% of people who are good at that particular game. You need to eat, sleep, and breathe that fighting game.
Listen, Brian, my friend Brian, fighting game fan and connoisseur collector. He always hits me with a list of like old fighting games from like PS2, PS1, Sega Saturn. Right, like he wants, Sega Genesis. He loves all those fighting games, even imports.
Right.
I think he can probably make some noise.
Yeah,
more noise than I can ever make.
All right.
But the biggest news that came out of this, they released the list of games that are going to be at Evo, and for the first time in many years, Super Smash Brothers Melee will not be on that. It will not be at Evo. Right. They've replaced it with Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Right. I'm not surprised. There's probably going to be some upset fans, but Smash Brothers Ultimate has everybody, has all the stages, all the music, all the everything. I think that's the right move. I think that's the right move.
Oh, this is all right. Let's round out. They got Street Fighter V, the arcade edition, the edition that should have been released anyway. Like regardless, that should have been the default release. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A game that you love, a franchise that you love, Tekken 7.
Of course, man.
Which
is great.
Right now you could play as Negan, downloadable character. I will be playing that this week because I love Negan. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Battle. I'm gonna be able to play this on the Switch.
What?
In battle at Evo, or is it?
It's probably the PlayStation 4.
Play the PlayStation. You're right. It would be. Well, they're gonna. I mean, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is gonna be on the Switch. I would love. Well, no,
but I mean, the game is designed and made for the Switch. Not to say that the Switch version of Cross Tag Battle is bad, but you want to go with the most optimized version, right? And then there's also like, I mean, I guess you could use the Pro Controller for it, right? I guess that's a pretty.
You would have to
fighting
use
game controller. Yeah.
You would have to. This is a surprise. Dragon Ball Fighters is going to be there. This is a surprise because a lot of
It was there last year, wasn't it?
A lot of tournaments have been pulling Dragon Ball because the developer has been the owner, the people who the studio that actually owns the franchise Dragon Ball.
Well, Bandai Namco, I think, is
Bandai Namco owns the rights to the game, but I think the people who license the rights to them have been making a big stink and want loads of money if you want to use Dragon Ball characters at some of these tournaments.
Oh my god, that's insane!
Yeah. I think we talked about it. If we didn't talk about it, it definitely came up in my research.
I do remember that now. I do remember that being a thing now. Yeah, it's a little insane.
It's just free promotion, right, for the game.
I mean, sure, right? Yeah, exactly.
But they've been pulling us from certain tournaments. But Evo is, I mean, no. Matter of fact, I think they pulled it from Evo Japan. I think that was the thing. They pulled it from Evo Japan. That was the big thing. But they could play in Evo America.
Right.
Soul Calibur 6, no surprise.
Nope.
Samurai Showdown.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
What's really interesting is Mortal Kombat 11. The game's not even released yet. It's been announced for.
Yeah, they definitely have high hopes for it. You know, and I think it's going to be competent. It'll be out in like a month. And Evo's not till like August or whatever, so they have time. But for them to put it on the list already means that they're banking on it being a solid title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least, a game I've never even heard of, Under the Night in Birth. Never heard of it.
What?
I don't know what that means. A Japanese fighting game for the PS4. From what I can tell, I've never heard of it. It looks interesting. I think I actually will pick this up.
In Birth. Under the Night in Birth EXE : late brackets ST. Okay.
It's definitely the fourth version in the series.
I mean, okay, sure. I'm sure. It has to be a competent fighting game for it to be an Evo, right? They definitely don't fuck around with this kind of thing. No. I'm really surprised. I'm surprised I've never even heard of the name before. Wow. Okay. All right.
Definitely a Japanese.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Japanese fighting game.
Yeah.
It actually looks cool. It's something that Brian would probably like. Maybe I'll pick it up and tell him to come over, and we can play it. And he loves these obscure fighting games. I tell you,
this is definitely one of the most obscure in the last couple of years.
My Saturn collection, especially the Japanese Saturn games I own, are like obscure fighting games. Only because I see him buy it. He's like he gives me a list of things to buy, and I'm like, well, I got to buy it. Like I can't just buy this for him.
You got to get it. Yeah,
I can get it. All right, let's get into our lead story. And this will shock you that I even put it as a lead story.
All right, shock me, Dan. Shock me, Dan.
We had a Nintendo Direct recently.
We did.
It was all about Pokemon.
That's right. The new Pokemon.
Mainline Pokemon.
The new Pokemon Sword and Shield. All right.
Now we are not big Pokemon fans.
I am non-existent on the Pokefan scale.
I think I recently picked up maybe like a year ago. As a matter of fact, I think you gave it to me, if I'm not mistaken. Pokemon Blue.
Oh, maybe I did. Yeah.
The Game Boy Color.
Maybe I did.
It's the only Pokemon. This is the only like OG Pokemon game, right, for the Game Boy that I own. I don't own.
I own a bunch, man, because I know the value is high. I mean, I got an inbox Pokemon Yellow. I got a couple DS ones, some 3DS ones, right? Because I know they're going to go up in value. I
got Pokemon Moon. Because I think you had a double and you gave it to me.
Yeah, I did. That's right. Yeah. Pokemon was Sun and Moon was the one that came out, and then that was definitely one of the later releases. I have nothing against the series. I'm just not. It's just not my thing. It's fine. I'm sure I could play it and enjoy it and have a good time with it, but just I got other games.
Well, I told you, I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu just because I'm trying to give it its fair share. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit down and play. I'm not gonna play it for like 6 hours straight. Right. I'm gonna play it for an hour at a time here and there.
Trying to expand your horizons. I know.
I get it. My horizons. Right. Anticipation of the new mainline Pokemon game. We got Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yep. It was a 7-minute direct, super early in the morning. It was like 9 o'clock our time. Sword and Shield. Obviously, that's going to be for offense and defense. All right. I think I'm gonna pick up Shield because I think a lot of people are gonna pick up Pokemon Sword. I usually go against the grain. Right?
Trying to be different. trying to be different.
Well, everyone was talking about buying when it came to the Let's Go series. Everyone was picking up Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
That's interesting because like Pikachu is like he's the mascot of the damn series. You know, how could you not go Pikachu?
But everybody wanted to pick up Pokemon Eevee, so I picked up Pikachu because I love Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu's the best.
I'm a big Pokken tournament guy. Like I love the Pokemon side games, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Pokken tournament. I have a Pokken tournament on the Wii U, and a Pokken tournament on the Switch.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you're a Pokemon Snap fan then?
I probably would have been if I would have had it as a kid. I own it now. I played it.
That game, it's not even a game, right? People love it because they have nostalgia for it. That's all it is, and no one will convince me otherwise. I'm sorry.
I have Pokemon. I like Pokemon Pikachu the Detective, right?
Detective Pikachu is awesome. Yeah.
I talked about how much I really like that game.
And you know, my God, I mean, I know we're going to mention it in just a minute, but the new trailer for Detective Pikachu, the movie, oh my God.
Well, everyone's up in arms over Me Too. And it's like Me Too looks terrible. Listen, it was nothing they were going to do that was going to please everyone, right?
Fans are fickle, you know.
First live action Pokemon game.
Live action movie, yeah.
Movie.
And I thought, I honestly think Mewtwo looks fine, right? I know what Mewtwo's supposed to look like in like the game series and whatnot, and in the animated movies and TV and whatnot. I thought he looked fine. I don't know what people are crazy about. It's just going to be a fun little detective caper with Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. How in the world are you going to make that happen? But they're making it happen.
I think all the Pokemon look fine.
Yeah. People just like to complain. It's crazy.
All right, so let's get back to the direct. 7 minutes short. Sword and Shield. There's like they showed a big map, a new region called the Galar region, right?
Right. It's supposed to be mapped or based off of England, I think, which is a major departure.
Unofficially, but everyone thinks that it's based on England,
sure.
Right?
And typically they're Japan. Almost exclusively. I think one of them may have been based on New York, if I'm not mistaken, but I think the majority of them are based off Japanese cities, which is typically the thing. So interesting departure for sure.
Now, the thing that people are really divisive on is the starting Pokemon, right? You have like a rabbit, lizard, and a chimp theme,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they look fine.
Scorbunny and Sable.
Mm-hmm. They look fine. I thought they look good. They look like animals, like Pokemon should, not like damn chandeliers. Oy. I'm sorry. You know Chandelure because it's in Pokken tournament. You can fight as a damn chandelier. How is that a monster?
And people are all up in arms. Are really over the bunny because it had like a little band-aid over its nose and maybe give it a character. And people just people are not enamored with the design of any of the three starter Pokemon. Mm-hmm. I personally don't care. Sable looks fine to me.
Yeah, they look good.
I would go with the bunny too because it's like a fire starter Pokemon. So I'm gonna give it the good college try. And like I said, I think everyone's gonna aim to get the sword, Pokemon Sword. I'm gonna go for the Shield. I will buy this when it comes out. There you go. In 2019. Definitely a holiday.
They are slightly different games. See, you eventually have to get both. Otherwise, you're missing out.
I'm probably not going to get Let's Go Eevee, and I'm probably not going to go get Sun. Mm-hmm. So I think I'll go with one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick.
We'll see, Dan. We'll see when you have that in your collection in like 10 years.
No. Will I get it over time? Maybe. Will I buy it right away in like the first year?
Sun's been out for like 5 years.
And I still haven't bought Sun.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually. I mean, trust me on that.
If I see it at a garage sale, you get a double, I'll take it.
Of course. You will have it in your collection. You're going to get it.
All right. Let's talk about the close friends of Nintendo, and that's Xbox. Mm-hmm. All right. We talked about potentially having Xbox Game Pass on Switch, right? Yep. We'll see in GDC if that actually happens, or E3 even better. E3 if that happens, if they actually will have a partnership. But I think if rumors persist, they may have to announce it before E3 if this is something that's real. I don't think this is something. The genie will come out of the bottle sooner or later. I don't think they can keep this a secret now. Now that it's like a thing. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. People want to know. It's
people want to know.
Internet is really a buzz over this.
And Microsoft is going to have a huge E3 this year. They say they're going to go big, right? And the rumor is that they're going to announce the next generation hardware.
That's big. Everything else is nothing compared to a new console release, right?
And that's true. And by all accounts, it looks like Halo Infinite, which is Halo 6, will be a launch game with the next generation system.
Right. Yeah. I think we talked about that last week or whatnot. Yeah. Like it all signs kind of point to that, right? It's it's far enough along in development to where it's almost going to line up with the next gen console, right? So if the big announcement at E3 is we're gonna have a new console out next year and it's gonna be this amount of money and here's what it looks like, then they can hold off on Halo till next year and polish it and make it a little better and, make it up to next-gen standards. And that will be one hell of a launch, right?
It would be. It would be the first Microsoft console to launch with the Halo since the original OG Xbox.
The original. Yeah. And they specifically went out and bought Bungie and said, we want your IP to be exclusive on our system. And they're like, sure. Yeah, we'll do that.
So IGN has an Unfiltered series done by Ryan McCaffrey, always fantastic, where he sits down and has an in-depth interview with the dev. Right? This month, he does it every month. This month, he talked to Bonnie Ross. She's the head of Microsoft 343 Studios. Now, in the interview, we got a lot of tidbits from the interview, right? I'm just going to pick a couple. But the biggest one I got was Halo Infinite will be a spiritual reboot, right, for the Halo series.
Interesting. I don't know what that means.
It could be more open world and less linear because all the Halo games traditionally have been a little bit linear, right? It could be more open world.
Well, I mean, they're first person shooters. You want to go from point A to point B and see the nice big set piece and then beat some enemies up and see the next nice big set piece. That's typically how first person shooters with a single player component kind of run.
This is Halo 6. Just so we're not confusing anybody. This is Halo 6. It will continue the story of Halo 5.
Right.
It probably will wrap it up and give a big new boss, a big new enemy, right? And be a little bit more open world. That's sort of my take of what a reboot of a Halo series would be.
Maybe, I don't really know about the open world bit. I'd be a little cautious because that could kind of blow up in their face like real quick, because you have all this history and lore and all this stuff, and you have all these gameplay mechanics and whatnot, and they've always kind of evolved. They haven't done a big shakeup, a big revolution to the format. Even like kind of like the story kind of goes through certain motions and whatnot. You always have the Flood and you have the Covenant, and now you have the Forerunners involved, right? They're like a big enemy and whatnot, and they were referenced in the first game, but I don't know. I'm a little scared, Dan. I gotta tell you.
I thought you of all people would be about this.
I'm about Halo 6. I don't want them to do something radically different and then have it be awful. I don't know. The wording seems a little scary to me. Maybe it's just me.
Listen, I wouldn't mind more of an open world Halo.
Done right, sure.
Even a little teaser, right? Looked really vast, open, a new area, like a new world to explore, right? We could be in a new universe. I don't know. Like, give me something brand new.
Maybe. I will be cautiously optimistic. I think that's the best you're going to get out of me right now.
All right. On that same note, let's stick with Halo. So when Bungie left, right? When Bungie said they're doing their own thing, they want to do Destiny.
Yep, that was right after Halo 3. They're like, we're going to do a trilogy, 3. And that's it. And then we're out.
It's interesting. Bonnie said that Microsoft sort of floated with the idea of the Borderlands developer developing the Halo series. Yeah. What would a Gearbox Halo game look like? Right? Because this is they would have been already. Halo 4 came out in 2012. Right?
Yep. Came out towards the end of the Xbox life cycle.
November 2012. And the original Borderlands came out in October of 2009. 2009.
Yeah.
That would have been plenty of time, right? Because obviously Borderlands would have been already in development. Probably finished.
That would have lined up, I think, with development cycles and all that. Sure.
Would we got a Gearboxy style Halo?
You mean it's gonna have all cell shaded graphics and all that? I don't know. I don't think it would be too far off, because I mean, 343 Studios, by all intents and purposes, was a brand new studio. You know,
they started the studio just for Halo. Yes.
Right. Specifically, I think maybe a handful of old devs who worked at Bungie went to 343, maybe, but I think a lot of it was just new talent and whatnot. And you know, that's kind of where they brought the Forerunners into gameplay existence, right? Because they were just like hinted at as like, oh, well, the Forerunners created these Halo rings, and you know they're like this ancient race and written in the text and all that. But you never got to see them, right? They were just referenced, and then they're like, hey, let's go ahead and make this part of the thing, right? We own the franchise now. We're gonna take this in a slightly different direction, and do that. And I'm like, oh, this is definitely kind of interesting. So I commend them on that, I have to say, like, because you're taking one of the biggest game franchises, to come along in a while. Definitely one of the best first-person shooters. I think one of the best adapted first-person shooters to the brought to consoles and whatnot. So they definitely had some big shoes to fill. I think Gearbox would have done a very admirable job if given a chance. All
right. Well, you know what? Let's stick with Gearbox for a second. Okay. Speaking of Gearbox, they're promising a reveal at PAX East. They're going to have a panel at PAX East. We're going to be at PAX East. Don't remember.
We're going to be at this panel.
Remember, we're going to be, well, hopefully we can get into the panel.
We'll be broadcasting live this announcement. Don't worry.
Hopefully we'll be at the panel.
We'll get into the panel. Don't worry about it.
What do you think they're going to announce?
I mean, it's got to be Borderlands 3, no?
It better be Borderlands 3. What else are they working on? Exactly.
Unless they have a brand new IP, unless it's question mark, which then it could be anything. We don't know. But between a new IP and Borderlands, I would bet on
cell shaded Halo 4.
Cell shaded Halo 4. Stranger things have happened, Dan.
It's gonna be a Xbox Prime exclusive.
Xbox Prime exclusive. Wow, that would be a major twist. I would bet Borderlands 3 reveal at PAX East for sure.
That actually,
fans definitely want it. Fans love the series.
That sounds about right. We're going to be there. Hopefully, we can make it into the panel, because now with this announcement, everyone's going to be lining up for this panel. So we got to find out. We're going to have to hopefully get there super early and wait in line. All right, let's talk about my favorite game. Well, you know what? I still watch the TV show. I'm sorry, and I still every now and then pick up a comic book here and now. But I still love The Walking Dead. Okay, I mean, I love the show or the comic as much as I did when it first came out. But I tapped out.
I tapped out a long time ago. I'll tell you.
But I still watch it. Watch it.
Is it good?
It's still good. It's still good in a different way.
All right.
Right. Like I thought it was cool because it was sort of survival. It's like we see all these zombie movies, right? Yep. The zombie movies are usually an origin story. It's like, well, not an origin story in the sense of we know where the zombie apocalypse comes from, but it's the zombie apocalypse just happened. Right. And we got to try to survive for 2 hours for somehow.
Yeah.
This is over a period of time of this. This is life, right? Like it's the zombie apocalypse. How do we live a normal life? We have kids,
right.
People are pregnant.
Yeah, we got to get by.
How do we get by, right? So that was the appeal for me, and I loved it. And you may not remember this from back in the Circuit City days when we used to work together, but I'm a huge zombie fan. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
every B or C movie that came out, I bought on DVD. This is before Blu-ray. Okay, I bought
that.
a
You got
DVD.
that House of the Dead movie?
I got that. Listen, I got the House of the Dead movie. I got. Listen, I got zombies in the city, zombies underwater, zombies in space, zombies in the forest. I bought them all. I love the zombie movies. Okay, and where everyone else was zombied out, I wasn't. You know why? Because I was chilling with zombies before anybody else. So I'm all about the zombies. Okay, I still am, and I still love The Walking Dead. That's why, and I still love. I can't wait to get Walking Dead, the TT game, season 4. Right, the final season. Chapter 4 is coming out. It will be the final season. I'm probably gonna buy it digitally anyway, just because I can't wait, and hopefully I can pick it up physically. There's pre-orders for the Switch version, and it says it's coming out next. I think it's coming out next month. I'm not mistaken.
That sounds about right.
Well, no, the game is coming out next month digitally, but I think they said the Switch version is coming out soon. Hold up, I have to take this now to Amazon.
Oh boy,
because you can now pre-order it. March 26th is the release date. Wow, I'm buying this on the Switch.
There you go.
But there was a Walking Dead game that was released sort of last year, the middle of last year. It had a lot of hype behind it, and it was called Overkill's The Walking Dead.
Yeah, right? that looked super cool.
It looked cool. We went over all the trailers and ads on the show because they look cool. I think they were in DC, right? It was one of 2 games that were being hyped up for DC: The Walking Dead and The Division 2. It came out on PC to a thunderous thud. It apparently had a lot of issues. To me, this was like Destiny with zombies, right? You get a bunch of friends together going against other. It was PvP too, right? I think some PvP elements trying to survive with zombies.
Yeah. So zombies are kind of like, the kind of global threat to everybody, right? But then you've got factions, right? So you've got different sides. Kind of cool. But
this was supposed to come out on console. Unfortunately, no, it didn't come out on console. The console versions got canceled. It is Overkill's Walking Dead is no more. Skybound, who owns the IP, has terminated their licensing deal.
So they are also no more
with Starbreeze.
Right. That's a shame. Oh, Starbreeze, huh? Yeah, they were the guys that made The Darkness.
Yeah,
The Darkness 2.
Yeah, Starbreeze have their own issues. I think the feds raided their office, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of months ago. What does this mean for Psychonauts 2? Because they were actually publishing Psychonauts 2.
Well, that's the bigger crime right there, because hot damn, Psychonauts is a good property. I love Tim Schafer and everything he does.
You do. You do. That is your cosplay every time we go to PAX.
I mean, I dressed up as Raz, sure. I still have the hat that my friend Brittany made.
Are you gonna wear it this year?
The hat again? I don't know. Maybe I will. Depends how cold it is outside. Wouldn't mind donning that again. Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, I definitely wish Tim Schafer and his baby all the best. I think they'll be fine. His Double Fine studio is pretty resilient, so I think they'll find a different publisher.
Okay. Well, I think the game is well in development from what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
From just things I've seen that you've said in interviews and stuff like that. So I think, and everybody's been clamoring for Psychonauts 2. So
you kidding me? It's huge. Yeah.
He should be able to find
people want Psychonauts. People want Psychonauts 2 like people want Jet Set, a new Jet Set radio.
How about this? How people want Psychonauts 2 like they want Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, sure. That game looks badass. We saw a hell of a ton of footage, like an hour of actual gameplay footage last year. And
apparently they're coming to E3.
Oh, this is fantastic.
PlayStation, Sony won't be at E3, but CD Projekt Red will be at E3.
Sure. Which means Microsoft is going to get the exclusive. It's going to be on the Microsoft stage, right? Because where else are they going to be able to, have a conference about this, right?
They'll do what Nintendo did and just release a direct.
Oh God, they're gonna have the CD Projekt Red direct. So here's the one game that we've been working on for the last 10 years, and okay, we're out.
Yeah, I can see that. That can work. And then, oh yeah, here's a mic drop moment. Oh yeah, just one more thing. The Witcher 3 is out on the Switch.
Yeah, right. None of those things are going to happen. It will be on the Microsoft stage, but I'm super hype. I think that may mean it's coming out this year. What do you think?
I hope so. We need a big game to come out this year, other than Pokemon.
Yeah, there's not a lot of huge big releases.
Well, look, put it this way.
Everyone's banking on next
everyone
year,
everyone's talking about backwards compatibility, right? So if the PS4, well, if the PS5 has backwards compatibility with PS4 and Xbox Prime, which that's what we're calling it, folks.
It will. It's going to be the Prime.
Has backwards compatibility with Xbox One. It doesn't matter if they release it on this gen because they can play it on next gen.
Right, and they may even do like
have a patch for up-res graphics.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably do an enhanced port or something, and then that also means they can double dip, right? Because anybody who bought it, you can get the enhanced version for however much more. It's a win-win.
If you have the game, it's a free update. If you don't, you can always, if you're just a new adopter, you can buy it for $49.99.
Oh, you think they're gonna toss a bone to fans for free? Ooh.
Oh yeah, I think if you already own the game, as good PR, here's they're gonna give you a free patch to upgrade the game.
Well, that's what they did with Red Dead Redemption, the original Red Dead. On Xbox, at least, they had a 4K update patch, and they upped all the textures, and you could just download it for free as long as you had the original game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's insane. They didn't do it on PlayStation for some reason, but Xbox has it, and that's that's super cool. Because I want to go back and play the original Red Dead. I never actually played it, so.
Well, why don't you just go back and play Red Dead Revolver on OG Xbox?
Well, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. I don't even think that has anything to do with the story, honestly. I think that's a completely separate, self-contained game.
Another game that everyone's clamoring for, hoping that it would be released this year, is a new Star Wars game by Respawn, right? The Jedi, was it Last Order? I think it was called the Jedi Last Order.
No. I thought it was 1313.
Oh, stop it! You keep saying that.
I was waiting all.
You think every Star Wars game is 1313?
I was waiting all episode. I was waiting all episode for that, Dad.
But guess what? It may not be Star Wars 1313, but the game will be revealed on April 13th.
Interesting. On 413. All right.
I think that's that Disney day, right?
Oh, the Disney day. You mean May the 4th be with you?
Isn't it that?
That's May 4th.
No, isn't it? Doesn't Disney have like a showcase every year?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's it. Because Disney owns everything Star Wars now, right?
So, they own everything Star Wars.
Yeah. You know what? It may be that day. You may be right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to keep you guys posted, and we'll definitely follow up on this. And
what type of game you think it would be?
It's going to be a shooter, and it's going to be. It's probably not because it's EA. They canceled 1313, which was very story driven, I think. And
no, 1313 was canceled when Disney bought the studio, Lucasfilms.
Oh, right. So maybe they didn't see faith in the project. I don't know, but
well, it's going to be called Jedi Fallen Order. I thought it was
right.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah.
I mean, that would by name alone, that would make for a really great story. I don't think they're going to do that. They may. I don't know. I hate to say Battle Royale, but it very well could be a Battle Royale game set in the Star Wars universe.
Oh my God, they already have a Battle Royale game.
Not in the Star Wars universe.
They can make a Battle Royale portion, right? But they should have a battle. Listen, we have enough battle royale games. We got enough of those.
Look. You're preaching to the choir, Dan. You're preaching to the choir. But considering how Black Ops 4, which is a EA property, didn't have that. Considering Respawn just dropped Apex
and guess
Legends,
what? Now it has microtransactions.
I know it's going to be awful. It's going to be awful if they do that. But I have a strong suspicion it's going to be something multiplayer.
And it's not Disney's. It's Star Wars Celebration, April 13th.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It will be shown April. The game finally will be shown on April 13th at the Star Wars.
There you go. It's like the perfect venue for that.
That'll be in Chicago. And lastly, let's talk about Konami. Right, everyone's favorite video game company.
I don't know about that one, dog. Not anymore.
So,
I mean, like 20 years ago, it'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah,
I don't even know about 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago.
Sure.
It looks like, from all accounts, it looks like Konami's preparing an arcade classic collection for its 50th anniversary because
50 years. Wow.
Yeah, because there was a 50th anniversary arcade classics was rated in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can have such great Konami classics as Castlevania, maybe the trilogy, right?
Any of the Castlevanias, just about any of the Castlevanias would be great. The 2D
maybe you get the OG Metal Gear game, not Metal Gear Solid, the OG Metal Gear game.
Sure, throw Metal Gear 2 from the MSX that we didn't get here on that compilation.
Throw all the Konami games from the NES and the SNES on here.
Throw Gradius, Gradius 2, which we didn't really get here. Throw Salamander on there. We got his Life Force. They got a ton of great games from back in the day. I would be all about that.
They're just sitting on all of them to make them great pachinko machines.
Mm-hmm. Throw Blades of Steel on there. Come on, Konami.
God, stop it,
dude! Blades of Steel was awesome. You legit, when you got into a battle, it legit turned into a fighting game, side by side. You could throw like uppercuts and jabs, and if you knock the guy out, he crumples on the ground. Oh, so good. So good. I love that game. Yeah, I would totally be about a Konami compilation, right? Just a license to print money, I think.
I will pay the Switch tax.
You would pay the Switch tax for that.
I would pay the Switch tax to play this.
I would also pay the Switch tax for that. Sure. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that about wraps up episode 153, Dan. I think we're done. This episode's in the books. If you want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Vero at Rated G for Gamers. You can email us at info@ratedgforgamers.com. Also, we'd like to take a minute and shout out some of our podcasting friends. If you want more gaming goodness in podcast form, take a listen to some of our friends. Shart Gaming, Pixie Gaming, GOGP, The Ghost of Gamer Past, Pixel Paradise, Precisely Podcast, New Dad Gaming, In Your Element, and Zap Night. Please give these guys a listen. They're good people, and they put out good content. You can find them anywhere. You can find them on iTunes and your podcaster of your choice. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.